Oh, I completely forgot about that. Um, the stream I did this past Monday left a bad taste in my mouth because I was talking about the way that progressives were covering Trump getting sick and how redundant and ridiculous some of the coverage was. And my comment section had two people respond on Monday, and both of them said really weird stuff. So I just kind of said, well, there's a part of me that doesn't even want to stream on Monday anymore. And if I don't stream on Monday, that means that the original schedule I had of Saturday, Sunday, and Monday streaming now is just going to be Saturday. Because, like I said, I get harassment on streams. I don't get on videos. It's really weird. But yeah, I was glad I did the top 10 Gohan fights video because that was something I just been putting off for a while. Um, had wished more people would comment on that, but it is what it is. We know that some people act like commenting on a video or thumbing it up is the equivalent to breast cancer. So I just leave it as is. Yeah, this website has been a really crazy place for a while. I was up until about 7 this morning because I tried to go to sleep. It was like 3 a.m. and I don't know if you ever had this before where you lay there and just you don't move, you have your eyes closed for 20, 30 minutes and just it won't work. So I just said I'll do other stuff until I get tired. And I did later on. But it was really funny too because one of the reasons I didn't want to I guess sleep in was because I was worried I would miss the usual streaming time of like 12, 1, 2. And I actually woke up about an hour ago, and then at that point I just made some food because I hadn't eaten all day. But yeah, about Monday's stream, I actually, it's really funny. I was going to do this video about how people use someone's age to, I guess, just credit their arguments with, and how it's really obnoxious because you're using something they can't control to argue against what they're saying. Um, but I was thinking about the stream on Monday and how a few years ago when I was still in college, I noticed that there was at least some maturity on the part of my classmates in the sense that I very prominently noticed that I wasn't around a group of people who like whined about how each other looked. Um, and at that point, I thought maybe when people get to young adulthood or older than that, they actually stop trying to like play this insult game about somebody, looks. Uh, and then when you go online, it's like being in ninth or 10th grade again. Yeah, it's really crazy. You're always supposed to feel bad about something like that. Like I said, I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it if it weren't for the fact that it's always quote unquote straight men that are talking about it. Because I've literally never watched anybody on this website that was a man, whether it's a political commentator. Um, I haven't watched any romance person regularly in about 4 years, but when I used to watch those, I just never used their appearance as the basis to discredit them or make them seem worse than what they said or did. So it's really strange to have people try to do that with my stuff. I don't know, it's just unfortunate because, you know, doing a video where you articulate why you have a problem with something, and especially with the more modern ones where I write a script for it, it's all designed around having an adult conversation about these issues where people at the very least can talk about something in a way that is I guess serious, but also if it's conducted between people who actually want to hear what each other has to say, respectful. And you just don't get that out of a lot of these conversations on here, which is why I stopped responding to my comment section over a year ago. Because it's just, I really just thought about the futility, right? You do a video where you talk about something sometimes for 10 minutes, sometimes 20, 30. And then you got this person who comes on the video and like starts asking questions or responding to things that you either didn't say, or they'll like take a sentence out of context. It's just, I guess the video I now see as my statement. And then if someone doesn't get it, I just say, all right, I'll let you be confused. I still remember the guy that subscribed to me, I think 2 years ago. And he came on one of my streams, like trying to, I hate when people do this, where they give the unsolicited advice, but they also, what's the way of saying it? Come over specifically to play like uh, the counterpoint to what you're saying. So, for example, if somebody likes, I don't know, Star Wars, and I don't like Star Wars, I'm not going to go on their stream and try to like tell everybody why you shouldn't like this franchise or these films or the shows. I might do some videos explaining why I don't like the various, forms of media they have. But you get the point that I'm not going to go to a place where a bunch of people who disagree with me are all congregating and then try to like be the person who's like antagonistic to their view. So it was also amusing because he became one of maybe, I think, 2 or 3 people out of all the subs I've had to announce that they were unsubbing, and he was like, "You're too negative for me," and I laughed when I read the comment because uh, he got upset because sometimes I'll unsub from people when they stop doing the content I originally came for, but he got upset because I acted the same way before he subbed as I did after he subbed. Stop being consistent in your view on this issue. And like I said, most of the people who unsub, they just walk away. They don't feel the need to announce that, like to have a resignation speech. Oh, I haven't seen Dio in so long. And after he left that comment where he talked about how his favorite senator was Ted Kennedy and how his father worked on his 1980 presidential campaign, which I didn't know. So we learned a lot of stuff about Dio this past week. And now Dio's saying that he caught coronavirus. I hope you're feeling better. They're gonna turn that into the punching bag. Like every time somebody says they're sick, that's just gonna be what we assume they have. Dio says he was around Trump and Trump spread the virus to him. He's making all these claims that he has no proof of. Yeah, this website is really wacky. Just the people on here, the things they say, the things they do. Because when I give a lot of these examples, um, it's just to highlight behavior that I think is weird. I just don't find to be normal. Uh, Dio says Biden tried sniffing my hair. There's actually somebody who likes this one franchise. I'm not going to name it because I don't want to get them in trouble. And one of the actresses in the franchise endorsed Biden. So he took pictures of her, or the picture of her endorsing Biden, and then put different pictures of Biden touching women around it. Like it's a collage where her picture's in the middle, and then there's pictures of Biden touching people that's on top and at the bottom of it. No, I laughed so hard because in like on the comments, you know those public posts that people can put where they ask their the people sub to them or just random people, what do you want from me as a content creator? There were people in the comment section who are like, I don't care who she supports, I'm still gonna like these movies, and I can't believe you're trying to say that you like Trump and you want him to win. They turned it into a big because I thought it was funny and I just kept it moving. That they're really sitting over there like arguing about the merits of doing what he did. It's like, damn, he just took some pictures and put them together. I don't want him to win. I just don't want Biden to be president. Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't care for either one of them. Neil said he's going to take his MAGA hat and sell it on eBay when the election is over. So he's already making plans to get rid of his merchandise. He's got this elaborate backdoor scheme to make sure that he profits off of like whoever wins or loses. No, the Biden campaign has reached out to me, and every time they do, I just want to vomit. Like first, they're like, "Can you give us a couple of dollars for the Biden Harris ticket?" Like, no. And then a few weeks later, The Rock endorsed Biden. Can you sign a pledge thanking him for endorsing him? Like, no. Like, just go away. How do people even have my email? I didn't sign up for that stupid campaign. Like I said, I think Sanders gave them his email list because like I was under his. If it wasn't him, it was Tulsa. Those are the only two candidates out of that whole field that had my email. And now that they're out, I have to sit through Biden emails every couple of weeks, where he's like, "I feel that we have a chance to do something." It's like, no, you don't. This isn't even you who wrote this. One of your staffers. You can't write. They're loaded but begging for money. It was the same thing with Hillary. I used to be on her email list, and again, I didn't give her any cash, so you can relax because I know somebody will like suspect that. But I remember, it's like I'm watching a millionaire ask me to give her $2 or $3 for her campaign. Like it's weird. Every time they do that, I just get so annoyed. I just roll my eyes and try to keep it moving. Hello, person that's much, 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 much poorer than me. Can you give me some coins? Yeah, the money they raise on these campaigns is really disturbing. Like sometimes I think about the millions of dollars, like not even just for presidential campaigns. I've seen Senate races where they have to raise 10 million, 20 million. It's like you guys are going to raise all that money for some clown that's going to be in office for 6, 12, 18 years, depending on how many terms they win. And that money could have afforded how many years of education for various children. Like sometimes I just think about if you had the millions of dollars they spent to this campaign, imagine how many people could be fed and clothed and go to school. It's sad in a way, just how much it cost to run for stuff. I'm really sick of I don't know, just the politics for the last 8 months has been really disenfranchising. Yeah, this website is it's really stupid. I'm just glad it's almost over, like this election cycle, because every damn day I get an email from some different senator or congressman begging me for money, like every single day. I might even after this is over just show all the different messages they send on my phone. And they have some of them have it set up to where if you like want to donate to them, you have to give them your email or not your email, your phone number. So like you can't give them a one-time thing without them trying to ask over and over. Can you give me $15 so I can put this ad on TV? And then you give them $15. 2 days later, can you give me $10 so I can get on the campaign? Like, no, I just gave you something. Go away. Like how much Bloomberg wasted on his yeah, the most expensive presidential campaign ever, just to win not even one state. Was it America Samoa? The American Samoa. Imagine how many people could have gone to school with that. Like I really want somebody to like, because I said before, the majority of the time when you're in college, it costs tens of thousands, which in the grand scheme of millions of dollars isn't that much. I would like to see how many people could actually go to school with the millions he spent on that BS campaign. My whole damn city could probably go to school up with that. I think we'll get free college eventually, like maybe in 20 or 30 years. It's going to be a long time. I really am shocked that we live in a country where everybody agrees, yeah, K through 12 should be free. But then when you get to I guess grade 13, oh, you're on your own. Screw you. Let's stick our middle finger in your face. I just find it really nutty. I mean, like, I even made this point before, not earlier, but just previously, that if I had dropped out of school when I was in, say, middle school or high school, people would say it's because of the grades, you flunked because you didn't study. Whereas if you drop out in college, it's literally because you did all the work you were supposed to do and you didn't have thousands of dollars to just give to some random school year after year. And when you add not having the support of some older person who, by design of being a parent or a guardian, is supposed to assist you, you just get screwed. Yeah, the U.S. is so backwards. And again, I have people to this day that are still trying to fearmonger me about not having a degree. Oh my God, you're going to be working this minimum wage job. Like, yeah, I'd rather that than have to have thousands of dollars in debt that I don't own. No, I've never, like before the year before last, I'd never seen someone try to make getting a job seem like it was a bad thing. Like, think how backwards that is. Because remember, if you don't have a job, you're broke. You're not a productive member of society. But then when you try to get one, what did you expect? You didn't have a degree. You're going to be making $10 an hour. It's like, I don't care. They make it sound like that's the worst thing in the world. Yeah, and no job security. Remember, they're trying to tell you, they're trying to make you feel bad because you didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on some damn piece of paper that doesn't guarantee you a position anyway. I know plenty of people who tell stories online. You can go look them up where they get a degree and then they don't even end up using it. Just a complete waste of time and money. Well, again, Kevin, the point I'm making is if somebody drops out of a part of education where you can get it free, again, like just overall, so high school or middle school, you will have people who will infer that the reason you dropped out was because you couldn't make the grade. And then in college, you can make the grade, you just can't pay this enormous damn bill that nobody your age can even afford. I can actually prove most Americans was like 70% can't afford $1,000 emergency, but then you're supposed to take out 10, 15, $20,000 for one of these damn schools. Yeah. No, Dio, they really try to, like, they have turned not having a degree into a damn red scare. You remember the Red Scare? This person's a communist. They're going to overthrow the government. Like that's them. You don't have a degree. You're going to work for $10 an hour. Your life will suck, even though it already sucked because you can't afford anything because you spent all this money on this stupid piece of paper. But like seriously, who the hell can afford? Like every single person I know, that actually is able to go to school and make it all the way through, they get assistance from somebody. My best friend had his parents help him to pay for it. And I don't say that to insult him or to make it seem like he got a handout, because I don't consider that a handout. If you do the work, I don't think it's that awful that someone else foots the bill, especially when the age you're at, most people can't afford the crap anyway. I just hate the idea that if you don't have someone that assists you, you just get screwed. Like it doesn't matter how hard you work, if you don't have these magical dollars that are supposed to come out of your pocket, to hell with you. Oh, Dio, when I was doing those job videos, it was just the speculation loop. You would be amazed at how much people go out of their way to make it seem as if you just have this like one fatal flaw that screwed up everything. Like I told the story of a bimbo who worked for one of these restaurants that called me out at was like dinner time one night and asked me if I was doing something, and then I said yes, and we agreed to speak the next day at 1. And I waited until 1 the day after that, got no call, called her phone. The damn voice machine was filled, so I couldn't leave a voicemail. Never heard from this prick after she agreed to speak to me the next day at 1. Then I got all these people, oh my God, if you had not said that you were busy, I think she would have spoken to you. I'm like, you really believe someone is unemployed because they told the truth on one phone call? Like this one call, if you just answered differently, was going to just change your fate. And we know that wouldn't have happened because I later did end up speaking to her, and all she did was put my name in the registry. And after that, I never heard anything from that restaurant again. But think how stupid that is. If you had just said that you were not busy, you would have spoken to this person, then this magical position would have landed in your lap. They always have to find a way to make like the slightest thing you do that they wouldn't do seem like it just destroyed you. Big dumb. Yeah, very dumb. If you had just done this, everything would have worked out. Well, you saw what happened with Triple L, where the first time I almost stopped speaking to that clown was, I think it was like our 4th, 5th, 6th phone call, where that bimbo tried to like say that in response to me talking about having a group of adults who didn't want to pay for my schooling, even if they split it, even if they as a group came together and like cut it in 2-3 pieces. She's like, there has to be something you can do or say to them now, convince them. I sat down with each of these bastards 3 times, sometimes for half an hour, and it still didn't make a difference. But she's like such this great negotiator. So I love how people who weren't there always seem to know what you should have done. That's a nice little thing that just keeps happening. After that bimbo said that, I hung up on her, and if she hadn't contacted me like a week later, I would have never called that prick again. Because I'm not in the mood to get blamed for what other people do. What's that one Tupac quote? I don't know how to be responsible for what everybody else did. This person won't pay for you to go to school because they're damn greedy and they don't care about your education. So that's your fault. These bastards won't hire any damn body, but that's your fault as well. You're supposed to put a gun in their head and force them to hire you. Yeah. I mean, like no logic, just say stupid stuff to make yourself feel better. People online. Hell, it's not even just people online. I've seen people in real life try to like play the blame game for the just anything else. Like I remember when I was talking about that one place that was 50 miles away from where I live that wanted me to come in for an interview. And I remember I was thinking to myself, I know I didn't apply to these bastards. I know this organization took my application and gave it to whoever was quote unquote looking for people. And now I'm expected to go and spend $138 to go to some interview that's halfway across my state. I guess with the expectation that it might work out, even though all the other interviews I did that are closer to where I live didn't. It was like this magic interview. Apprenticeships are better. Like I said, I just think it's really insane how much people like to spin things to make it, to make you out to be the villain. You are causing yourself to get unhired as you apply to over 100 jobs. You're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of not getting with the whore as you talk to over 100 women. Like I said that to Triple L, I was like, yes, I created a self-fulfilling prophecy by talking to all of these damn bastards for years. Like, when was the cutoff point? Like, it really amazes me how much people can twist things. If you want something to be different or to change your fate, wouldn't you actively do things that are designed to do that? So if you wanted to get in a relationship, wouldn't you talk to a bunch of chicks? Which is what I did, but that somehow is a self-fulfilling prophecy. I control these bastards from afar. Like I said, I do intend to make that top 10 worst thing women have done to me video, and it's going to have all kind of screenshots and stories, and you're going to see a running theme of them saying one thing and then doing the other, and I'll get blamed for that too. People hate self-response. Well, no, they try to make you responsible for what everybody else does. Like if people don't watch my channel, right, or comment on my video, you should have had a better thumbnail and you should have gotten a greater camera. When there are people who put thumbnails and who have, I guess, better cameras that still don't get people to watch their crap. But they love doing that because it's much easier to put the burden of responsibility on the person who doesn't have control over it, because then you can say, oh yeah, it's just this one person, they're making all these mistakes. If they didn't make these mistakes, everything would be so much better. Like I said, when I was talking to the Discord Snake and he was mentioning how the people in his server were saying I was selfish because I stopped talking to chicks, which was the funniest thing in the world. But they actually concluded, if he just keeps trying, he'll find someone, yeah. Because like I said, and I say this in other videos, you're expected as a man to be subservient to a woman. You have to, like, all of the things you want to do are made to be less important than what she would like. And whereas she doesn't have to really do much of anything other than have a vagina, you have to have all this money and look in this. They basically want you to be like a sex symbol online. It's so weird. Yeah, F that. I'm supposed to be this hamster on this wheel running for a hoe for 10 years. And that'd be funny if every time I do a romance video and it's like we're counting approaching some broad, it literally starts with me on like a hamster with like this. Or like you know those, what's the name of that one exercise regimen where they put a Twinkie in front of the person, like a piece of cheese or some kind of like sweet in front of that person, and then they're running to get it and they can never reach it because it's like set up to where they can't physically get to it. You know what I'm talking about? That's you trying to get a broad, like, oh, come here. Modern women are icky. No, modern women change their minds like I change shirts. I literally can show you during the video. I'm going to show a screenshot, and I've shown this before, of a broad who, in the span of 3 days, went from saying "I like you and I can't wait to speak to you" to "I don't think we should talk anymore," without me saying anything at all. Like in record time, they will change their minds on stuff. It's really incredible. And again, like I said, if it was one, two, you could say, oh, he just had some bad. But when it's over and over again, like they just keep saying this crap about how they're interested, and then they're able to talk themselves out of doing anything with you, it just drives me nuts. And I just didn't think I deserved to have my time wasted like that, forever. Carrot in the stick, that too. Yeah. This one guy said it'd be easier to go in a thunderstorm and dodge rain than it would be to get with the woman. I'm just imagining somebody's like, would you rather go out and approach until you get somebody to agree to go on a date, or would you rather go in a thunderstorm and try to dodge rain? And they pick the latter. They're like ducking and dodging. And they actually, in a faster amount of time, find a way to dodge rain in that condition than get with the woman. No, it is the carrot and the stick. Most certainly. This website, it just, what's a good way of saying it? It's really sad that like when you talk to chicks and it doesn't go the way you want, you're like, you do feel bad sometimes because you're like, oh, I put all this energy into this broad, and she was saying all this stuff about how important I was to her, and then she flipped or turned on me. And then after you go through that, you have to come online and be told about how you're such a piece of trash and like be made to feel inferior to the broad who, for all we know, could piss in a bottle or doesn't have a pot to piss in. Like they try to make her out to be this great, amazing, accomplished person while you're just this little piece of crap. Again, not actually a piece of crap, but what people try to make you feel like when you come on here. This website is so damn toxic for no reason. No, I used to really think if I showed screenshots, so proof of what I was saying, people would agree with the proof. Because again, when you tell a story, sometimes people like to be skeptical for whatever reason. Even though, like I said, when I hear stories of people's experiences with relationships, I usually give them the benefit of the doubt, regardless of what their gender is. So, if some woman says she got molested by some guy she's not naming, I'm not going to think she has a reason to make that up. But I just thought it was really strange how I could be very descriptive with this stuff and show proof of a lot of it, and then you still have people going, "Well, you were just done." It's like you weren't even there. Out of all these different people online, only one of them. I take that back. Out of all of these people in general, only one of them has seen me approach a woman, and they agreed of how stupid it was. So did you find out who John of God is and why Oprah will never be able to run for president anymore? No, I did not. I also didn't find out why Ruben didn't even say hello to me when he came to my stream. He just came to interview me. Like this is TMZ. Ever since you had that name change, just won't even talk to me. Why would you do that, Fog? I didn't even notice when it used to be never, and like now it's or it was some other part to that. I'm so disappointed. Ruben just shows up. He doesn't even greet me anymore. He just comes to ask questions. Doesn't ask me how my week was, what I ate. If I thought the news was good, nothing. Just, did you find out why Oprah will never be able to run for president? I haven't really heard much about her recently. Like ever since she did that stupid speech at that what was that that Actors Guild crap where she said nothing for 10 minutes. She's really been missing in action as far as being someone I pay attention to. No, I'm just very disappointed. It's been an uneventful week for me. Well, I was glad that I was able to do the top 10 go on fights because I've been putting it off for a while. I don't have a problem with celebrities getting in politics. I just think it's funny that a lot of them think that if they get involved with it, they're gonna like ruin their careers. I'm like, I mean, Chris Evans, the guy who plays Captain America, came out and talked trash about Trump, and then Endgame still got billions of dollars. Holly, oh, I thought you were about to say Holly Weird. That's the little nickname they use for for that group. Like all the celebrities over there, like that's Holly Weird. No, it definitely is going down. They just have people doing random stuff. I have a problem with Cardi B. Yeah, I just don't understand why she gets the attention that she receives. Like I out of all the hip hop artists, she's the only one I see getting interviewed with Biden and Bernie. It's weird. Liberal media is attempting to force a narrative that Oprah is being discriminated against despite being a multi-billionaire. Yeah, they like to play that game. I don't think if I had millions or billions of dollars, I would really care what somebody online is saying, but whatever. That's a nice way of spinning it that they do there. Complain, man, I've never seen that person before. I am neither. I don't affiliate with any romance group. That's why you don't see their names in the like hashtags of my stuff. That was always the funniest thing to me. I would never put those groups' name in my crap anywhere, like even address them at all. And then like just because you talk about chicks and you don't, I guess, praise them, you're automatically part of someone's team. Like we're claiming him. And besides, it already has been shown that it doesn't matter if I say I'm not part of these groups, you still get lumped into them because apparently they own a monopoly on critiquing the behavior of chicks. So because she has a large, young, uneducated fan base that follows the the hate Trump wave. Well, I'll say the hat Trump wave. Like imagine there's a cult following for wearing MAGA hat. Well, I just got upset at the idea that I could sit here and I guess study about politics or otherwise be very regularly involved in it to where I could describe some of the different issues. And then instead of them wanting to do an interview with me, they'll do an interview with some random singer that can't string together a couple of words and is very toxic online. Like whenever I critique chicks, I don't show their picture or reveal who they are. There's actually a tweet of hers where she took some woman's uh, face and was talking trash about her, in addition to some other comments she's made at various points. Yeah, I don't know who Meg is either. Check discourses around Kamala Harris. Every little detail is being taken out of context to apply to anyone criticizing Kamala are just racist and sexist. Yeah, I actually completely forgot about the debate. Like when I started the stream, I literally forgot that was on Tuesday. Because it was just a little stupid back and forth that while it wasn't as bad as the other one, it just didn't leave much of an impact. Well, I never said I was supporting him, so I don't know what how that's like a That's a joke on me. Another attractive female rapper that makes garbage music also. Yeah, I just don't get the appeal of that lady. I really am confused. The Stallion. And what was that one song that has the TMNT like the 1987 TMNT intro beat to it? And as much as we may dream, Justin just won't join the romance team. We need him. Come on our forums and talk with us about chicks all day. Never discuss anything else. Yeah, it's really nuts. No, I was gonna do a whole series about just stuff with Harris because people have been writing some really weird articles about her, but I changed my mind. Even though again the stuff with her does tend to get more views because she's on the ticket. Salt and Peppa started the trashy female rapper trend. None of the Salt and Peppa skanks even wrote their own lyrics. Yeah, I've heard that before. Where a lot of those female rappers have somebody else writing their lyrics. And it's really ironic too because regular singers have that happen all the time, but then the whole point of being a rapper is you're supposed to be able to bring some kind of story to your lyrics. So when you don't make them yourselves, you're just kind of a person who is being paid to say something. I mean, I don't have a problem with them. Let's see what else is here. Sean is actually a good rapper, but Ludacris keeps forcing Sean to just be his chorus singer. Yeah, a lot of those chorus singers have really good voices. So it would make sense that he would want her to stay on for that. No, I'm just glad this stupid election is almost over because it's been a couple of gropers the cycle. Like there's been so much voter shaming. And you don't think white rappers mock or imitate black rappers? I don't know who that's directed toward. If it's directed toward me, I know they do. I don't really have a problem with it because there are a lot of white singers that inspire black singers. So like if it's vice versa. Let's see where this is. Yeah, I really am excited for the next 3 weeks just to finally have this thing over. Like the arguing back and forth, the voter shaming, trying to scare somebody into supporting Biden. I'm tired of it. It's just literally a retread of the last cycle. Some idiot had the nerve to say that everybody lip syncs. Yeah, I don't know who that was, but that reminds me. So about 4 years ago, there was a guy who got criticized for being interviewed by a certain. I'm not going to say TMZ, but somebody else that does interviews. And these guys that run a bookstore went into the basement of their restaurant, or not restaurant, their bookstore, and started talking trash about him. And then as they were talking trash about him, roaches were crawling on the screen, like in the background. and people in the comment section like, "Oh my God, that's so nasty." And then the person, like the main owner of the bookstore, was like, "Everybody has roaches." So that's what that reminds me of with the everybody lip sync. It's even worse. Celebrities are now running naked to get people to vote for Democrat. Yeah, I've seen that too. They're doing everything they can. Oh, damn, that is insane. Ruben, you gotta vote for Biden. If Trump gets a second term, he's not going to do anything about the environment, even though Biden won't either. If Trump gets a second term, he's going to repeal Obamacare, which technically is already repealed anyway because the individual mandate is gone. If Trump gets a second term, he's going to start a war, even though we've already had 7 going on since before he's even took office. Ruben, you better be scared. I better see you in your panic room. You better freak out. I'm going to do a political cartoon with Ruben wearing some boots and he's just shaking. So the term shaking in my boots can actually apply to him. But yeah, some of the stuff with Kamala was really dumb. Like they had this one thing on Twitter where people were going, "Oh my God, she's wearing Timberlands." I said, how pathetic of an, like, when people start writing stuff about that, you would think the U.S. is just in perfect condition to where you're going to harp on somebody's shoes. Oh, that is nuts. The U.S. is reporting over 50,000 new cases of COVID-19 per day for the first time since mid-August. So I'm really glad that clown who said this is a hoax virus left. I'm very happy. I've never been more satisfied to have someone not watching me. Media was mad at Melania for wearing something that Kamala Harris was cheered for. I remember that one time they got mad at her for wearing some high heels during, I think it was some hurricane. And they got mad at her for the "I don't care, do you" jacket. You know, just over and over again. They harassed that lady. And you know the only reason they don't like her is because she's Trump's wife. It's the same thing with Trump's dad. Before Trump ran for president, the last time, nobody talked about Trump's dad negatively at all ever. And then after he ran the second time, because he ran the first time in 2000, he got arrested at a Klan rally, and he might have been a member of the Klan, and he kept black people out of his apartments. It's like you weren't saying this before, when he was still alive, because he lived a long time up until 99. And then now that his his granddaughter wrote that book about Trump, now she's saying that he was evil. You had Reagan's daughter pen an article talking about how Trump is still trying to get his dad's approval, and he's trying to be as cruel as his. It's like, you don't even know this man. Who, again, they only hate because he's or was Trump's dad. I just think that's really gross, but whatever. The Democrats are still attempting to recruit Dr. Fauci, despite Dr. Fauci openly agreeing with Trump that voting in person is fine. Now, I remember when Trump was running in the primary, you had these nasty Republicans that were on Twitter, and they were taking some naked. There's like a picture of Melania where she's like laying on some, it's like a rug or a carpet nude, like you can see her back, and they're like, "Do you want this for your first lady?" Like, I don't care. I said people online are so gross. The only members of Trump's family that should be criticized because they do stuff publicly are Trump himself, obviously, his oldest son, and Ivanka. I guess Kushner, technically, even though he isn't really, like his blood, but you know what I'm saying. Out of The ones that actually are in the public and doing stuff, you know, that's like part of public policy, they're free to go after. But the rest of them, they just attack him because they're related to him. Tana is going to prison, hopefully. I just imagine you just have your fingers crossed, like, please go to jail. The Crystal Project. Now, Democrats always try to recruit anybody that is like quasi anti-Trump. Remember when Sessions, not Sessions, what's the other one? Flake. When he got in, like he did that anti-Trump speech on the Senate floor, and then all the clown Democrats on Twitter were like, "Welcome to the resistance, Senator Flake," and then you find out that he voted with Trump 70-80% of the time. No, it was 80% of the time. Yeah. Like, what the hell? How is that? That's your friend? Oh, so I live in the Twilight Zone. Ruben said he misses the documentaries. When are they coming back? I'm trying to get to them. I'm still trying to do this top 10 stuff. I don't want to do 2 in 1 week because that's going to make my head spin. But again, I will get back to them. Ruben says he subscribed for the documentaries. He's about to press the unsubscribe button. I mean, hey, that's his prerogative. I would hate to see him go, but I was referring to the Lincoln Project. That is, yeah, I've heard of them before. Again, they're just another grandstanding group. We want stability back in politics. What should the next documentary be about? Well, it's going to be one of the ideas I told you about before. So I remember you wanted the Barbara Lee one. I still want to do the Ford one. You know, it's going to be something among that. And I got a whole bunch of different ideas, but those two are the top contenders for the next one to be about. Because the House website where they have all the House votes just really is not that good compared to the Senate website. So that's usually why I would pick a senator on top of doing something about Lee, because their votes are a lot easier to see. I'm just imagining, like, I end up covering every congressman and senator, like how crazy that'll be. Just have like thousands of documentaries of all these different politicians. Because that was an idea I floated at one point about the senators, because you only get one of those maybe every, a year or two, whatever. So that still is something that might end up happening. I definitely want to do the all the Supreme Court justices that were on the bench when I was born. So that includes Ginsburg, Anthony Kennedy, Scalia, the rest of the crew. Yeah, I'll try to get to it though. Now, the only reason I didn't do that Obama one is because my computer just can't hold a file that's 2 or 3 hours long. Like if I do a video that's 20 minutes, do you have any time? What is this? I was gonna say I have a you meet R, have to set up some crap. Anyways, yeah, my phone blindsided me. But if I do a video that's like 20 minutes long, it's like 600,000 bytes or something on my computer. It's just I have to like either get a different computer to put up something that big. But if I do another congressman, which usually can be done in one video, it'll be a lot easier. So that's the biggest point of contention. Oh. Booty for Biden. I hope Ruben wasn't too upset by my answers. I'm still going to do the one on Collins. I'm just waiting to see what happens in that election next month. Like the one of McConnell is still coming. All that stuff is there. It's all like all those scripts have been started, and they're at various stages of development. Is that a real question? Enterprises. Ruben, can you tell him why black people don't like Biden? You know, they actually do apparently if he won South Carolina. Why some don't like him? Make sure they include the Super Predators comment or when he said that Obama was the first mainstream African American who was articulate and clean. People like to forget that comment. Are still pushing that abominable outlet. Well, usually if I do one, it's about a person. So I mean, I guess I could think about it, but I'm not going to promise anything. I just find when I do one on a person, it's a lot more focused. Whereas if it's on a group, I'm like, oh, this person did this and that person did that. I like how Ruben's commanding me. He's like, make a documentary on Media Matters. I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's another one, Ruben. I think it's really crazy when people try to act like there's no legitimate critiques of these people on the issue of race. Like, I don't understand why this person who opposed equality for this group of people would not be popular with this group of people. And remember when McCain voted against the establishment of Martin Luther King Day, and then when he was running for president, I'm sorry, I was wrong. So you just now realize that. I apologize. My bad. See what the hell this is. 30-minute in-person interview for our crew team member opportunity. Uh, seems like BS, but whatever. I've got some place that sent me a request for an interview. I just got reminded that General Mattis got fired by Obama as well. Yeah, remember that's why he originally. That's why Gillibrand voted against his confirmation because she said him like being able to go around that minimum requirement of how long someone should be out of office before they can assume a cabinet position. You know that rubbed her the wrong way. Well, I'd be more optimistic if it wasn't the same old crap. I really feel like that the hamster on the wheel. We want to interview you, and then you go for the interview, and they smile in your face and ask you all these damn questions, and you state your commitment to the position, all that trash, and then like a week later, we're sorry to inform you that after deciding, we've selected another, or they don't say anything. Yeah, I'm not too excited. Where did Dio go? His last comment in the stream is booty for Biden. Yeah, Dio vanished. He said, "To hell with that stream." Well, I'm pushing, what is it, 2 or 3, so yeah, you never said the number of years before. So that's a new thing. Allergies are killing me. Oh, well, yeah, go lay down. I appreciate you attending the stream, but I want you to, be murdered by your allergies while trying to watch this. I remember there was this one guy who was like, I do a show and people come to see me. They fly to see me. You can't even get people to watch you on YouTube. You can't get people to watch you from their bedroom. I'm just imagining there's like a higher ratio of people getting in planes to go watch this person versus the person that like all they have to do is turn on the computer and they won't even do that. Like, computer, sleep. I'm asleep. I was even told by job coaches that I was overqualified for the. Oh, I hate that. Overqualified, and then if you go on the damn website, they say like when you look at the qualifications, you meet all of them. They're like, oh, we would like you to have a nice smile. It's like, what? Yeah, it's really gross. That's more annoying than those videos people make on YouTube about why they don't want to have kids. Like those two things together are just obnoxious. Then Ace Family Videos. I don't know who that is. Hey, I hate it when you guys mention somebody by name negatively. I read it and I'm like, oh, that person's gonna think I'm talking trash about them. It's like I was watching this stream and they were talking about me. Now this website's got all kind of crazy stuff on here, but what I find really funny about the like why I don't want kids videos is it's always some broad who's like, I feel so bad about what's happened in this world, and I just don't want any. I'm like, I don't care. What happened to that guy anyway? I don't know. Just vanished. They clickbait miscarriages for views. Oh, I hate that when people announce they're pregnant or they got, uh, screwed over with like whether it's a miscarriage or stillborn, whatever. It's all of it is obnoxious. Especially, most specifically when you find out it's not true. But just I don't understand why everything has to be shared online. Mm. Well, see, that's different because it actually happened to him in real life. But I don't. Did he make a video about it? Oh, Ruben, you know that Sargon actually thumbed up one of my videos, and people were like, "Sargon liked your video. He liked your video." Okay, thanks, I guess. He liked your video. But like it's just like a one like 15 minutes of fame. It's nothing. It really doesn't mean that much. No, I've got this one. The place that said they want to interview me, Ruben. I think I applied for them. If I go on my email, I think the latest I could have applied for them was in August. So that means it took them 2 or 3 months, even further back to actually say something to me. That's why I really don't like this employment situation because it's just you bending over backwards for all these places and getting screwed over. No, but some real alt-right trolls made a video about it to mock him about it. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, guilt by association. Oh, this website is so stupid. Oh, Ruben, is it true that every year you go and watch TYT's prediction Trump will resign in disgrace soon video? Where it's been over 30, what is it, 38 months and it still hasn't happened? I really can't wait until, like, if Trump loses this election, I do want to cover the predictions TYT had about him, because I vividly remember, like, in his first couple of months, Cenk was saying that Trump wouldn't last 18 months. He might not last 6 months. Oh, God, that's why the one thing I like about following this stuff for as long as I have, you remember certain things that other people might not. Like, a lot of people forgot that during the previous election cycle, Trump, was saying that the election was rigged against him all the way up until he won. He was like, "Oh, they're having people that have been dead for 10 years voting," and after he won, shh. I occasionally watch some when they show up on my timeline. I have nothing else to do. Try. The responses are funny. Yeah, but do you remember that video? Cenk made it was August of 2017. He made a video called Prediction Trump will resign in disgrace soon, and was predicting that it could be in a few months or a few days or a few weeks, and it never happened. And now we're on the precipice of him getting a second term. Remember the Loser Donald series where he would just keep making fun of him for all the shortcomings in his life, and then after Trump won, he was like, "Oops." Well, I'm just saying, they have a lot of videos where they were making all these predictions and saying all this crap, and it just didn't pan out. This website is a great place to go to just see people say one thing and have it just turn out to be the complete opposite. Yeah, but I'm saying that I can actually, like, remember the names of certain videos where they say things and it doesn't pass. It just got on my nerves with the stuff they do. Remember they crap on Gabbard, but then they were praising Warren. Warren's got like a really weird group of people that like her, because I mentioned that I did a video talking about what her and Ro Khanna did together, where they were like signing some letter together. And I start the video off by saying my favorite congressman and favorite backstabber. And the video is actually somewhat praising of their letter, or it's not negative on their letter. And all it took was that like one sentence at the start for somebody to write me a paragraph long comment. "You think you have a platform?" Yeah, all those claims are ridiculous. Remember, he thought Rand Paul was going to be the 2016 Republican nominee. Remember when TYT used to have Trump's face band, where they put the like, what's the censor thing over him? Like they wouldn't talk about him. There's a lot of like intricate history, like that period of years between, like before he ran the second time, so last time, they really actively just tried to not talk about him ever. I just thought that was funny. And let's not forget the fate of Trump's 5 campaign managers, because he's had 5 between this campaign and the last one. The first one was Lewandowski, and he got in trouble for, like, I think hitting some woman or something, so he left. The second one is sitting up in jail after being a regular guy for 40 years until he got involved with Trump. The third one just announced she's leaving the White House. The fourth one tried to kill himself last month, and the fifth one's got the virus too. What a bunch of cruel fates to have happen to the president's campaign managers. Watch somebody not believe that what I said was true. I have a feeling somebody's gonna be like, "You got this one wrong." Go look them up. I didn't say their names, but you know. Oh my God. All right. Does anybody have anything left to say? Because I'm going to wrap this up. Oh. No final comments, statements, theories, thoughts, concerns, speculations. Chelsea, what is this? Oh, Chrissy and John Legend are really terrible people. What did they do? Because you'll be surprised. Like when I saw that Obama was the most admired man, I was like, yeah, I'm good. So like my idea of terrible people and others' idea of terrible people are sometimes very, very, very different. They did something with miscarriages or what? Prominent resistance icon. Oh, she's one of the anti-Trump people. Well, anyways, I'm about to get off of here. I'll stream probably on Monday. I might not because again, last time I streamed Monday, I got really annoyed. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for participating, and see you later.